These two candidates have never run for political office until now. They disagree on issues such as Medicaid expansion, but they're on the same page when it comes to teacher pay. The candidates are Ryan Blankenship, he's the farmer, and Frank Ragsdale, he's the trucker. Both men say their fellow Republicans in Raleigh should spend more money to raise teacher pay.
As far as my vote, it would be to continue to increase at a higher rate. So 4% is not enough.
4% is not enough.
No, it's not.
Republicans offered teachers a 4% pay increase over the next 2 years in their budget, a budget the governor vetoed.
For one, the education reform needs to happen. We need to be able to pay our teachers more. We need to be able to assist our teachers more in the form as a few years ago, you know, every teacher had an assistant in the room. Well, we need to have that back. We're undermanned with psychologists in the school system, school nurses. We need to do everything that we can do for the future of North Carolina, and education is one of those things.
The two candidates don't share the same view on expanding Medicaid in North Carolina. And I'd like to know how you'd vote on that.
I would definitely vote yes.
You would vote to expand Medicaid expansion, you would vote for?
Yes.
Okay. Ragsdale says no one should be forced to choose between feeding their family or paying for health coverage. Like education, he differs from most Republicans on Medicaid. So I'm wondering about your thinking behind that and how you came to those positions.
Well, health care is very important to the American people.
Personally, I don't believe government health care works.
Blankenship stands with Republican leaders in Raleigh on Medicaid expansion.
I think we do need to help those who can't help themselves. And that's one way that we can do it. I just don't know at this time, what the best avenue is. Where are we going to get the money for that?
Blankenship told us he wants to help improve North Carolina's economy, but he struggled when we asked him how. What would you do for the economy to improve it?
Well, we would need to, I guess.
Blankenship did tell us he supports incentives to attract business, but he doesn't like the mega site in nearby Randolph County. So what's the problem with that? Why isn't that working, do you think?
I think that was probably not a smart idea to begin with. That was wishful thinking, probably.
Ragsdale says he'd support efforts to ban abortion in North Carolina if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade in a pending case.
I'm totally dead set against it. I do believe that life, when at the moment of the heart beating, it is considered a true life form and a human form. And so I believe that once that happens, a baby should not be aborted.
Ragsdale says party leaders recruited him to run for this seat because he's not afraid to speak out.
I mean what I say, and I don't let up. If there's something I truly believe in, I'm going to fight for it tooth and nail. The winner between Frank Ragsdale and Ryan Blankenship will take on Cecil Brockman, the incumbent, come November. In Guilford County, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.